Hey guitar friends, this is Fili Filizzola once again, and today I'm here to bring you some Charlie Parker fragments. In my never-ending quest to understand and get more fragments from several different artists that I like, Charlie Parker is probably one of the most important ones, and if you haven't dug deep into his style, you really should if you're interested in getting some jazz chops. So before we get started on our 3-lesson, 3-video segment, I guess, I just want to let you guys know that I do offer Skype lessons. I currently live in Denver, so if you are from the Denver area, you can come on over and have some lessons over here. But if you don't waste time. You can totally have one-on-one lessons with me through Skype, and we can dig really deep into all these things I'm talking about here, but in a way more, in-depth level, where we could look at whatever you want to look at. I do offer all sorts of material, like PDFs and sometimes even videos of what we worked on. So some students want that. They'll end the lesson 5 minutes early so that I could just record what we worked on. They could play back to it. They could have it, store it in their own personal files. And yeah, so if you're interested in Skype lessons, please just shoot me an email. And for those of you who are my YouTube subscribers and Facebook followers, I am offering a one-time special offer, so 1 lesson. And just shoot me an email if you're interested in that. Alright, so let's get started with our lesson here. So this first Charlie Parker fragment comes from, if I'm not mistaken, a major blues in C called Perhaps, and the lick is based on this line right here. Alright, so that line is a little longer. He goes, but what really matters here is this kind of triplet legato line, right, that he plays a lot. So I isolated that, made it a little simple, a little more simple like this. He goes. What I made is, just so it's nice and short. So what's he doing here? In a major blues that normally has a flat 7, he's doing kind of like an enclosure with the root. So root, 2nd, in this case D, so we're on the 8th fret of the E string, alright? And we have to the major 7, so half a step behind the root. Right, so I took that as a rule, that even though in blues you normally play with the flat 7, he is actually just momentarily kind of resolving C here with a dominant chord, right? So he adds this, which could be interpreted as the major 3rd of G, which resolves in C, right? So it's good to understand that, because we're not going to follow the scale. We're going to just individually have a dominant of that note and resolve. So, as with any other fragment, I like to transform it into an exercise. So put it into context of a key. So if we're in C, let's just go to C major. Right? Everybody's familiar with that. We're going to work on this shape here on the 8th fret. And you want to, of course, transpose this to every key in all areas of the neck. So, what did I do? This is the line, right? So I want to go and play this with all the notes of the C major scale. So you have C, then you have D. Important to observe that I'm ignoring the fact that C is the part of the scale, but if I'm playing D, I'm going to play Up, we always go to the next note in the scale. And then down, we go to a half step behind the note. Back to the note above the scale, down. So C, D, and then for E, the note above E in a C major scale would be F. We're still going to respect that dominant sound with the note being a half step behind the note we're targeting, so we're targeting E here. E, F, E, D sharp, F, E. So that's the logic behind it. You always choose the note, let's say it's E, go to the next note above it in the scale, which is F, back down to the note E, half step behind the note, D sharp, up to the note in front of it, F, down to E. That would be kind of like the formula. And then for F, we have F, G, F, E, G, F. That didn't change, that's the same in the scale. Then we have G. Then we have A. Then we have B, similar to what happened to E. The next note would be C. But then A sharp, C, B. Right? So one octave would be So I'm going to play the exercise slowly, then a little up to speed. I'll leave the tabs here for you guys, and if you want the actual tabs, just send me an inbox on Facebook, a direct message, and I'll totally send it back to you. Let's do it. Let's see how it sounds as an exercise now. That's important, because you want to be able to get these lines and use them everywhere, not just the one example. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give you a faster example. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that's how it sounds in context. Of course, you would never play that like the entire scale like that, but you just want to use it in different parts. So I'll give you an example of that. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So you want to be able then to put that in just randomly and be free with it. Alright? So that is our lesson. I'll see you for lick number 2 and 3. Licks number 2 and 3. Have a good one.